drive. I went to Arizona and picked it up from him because he moved from Kansas to Arizona. And that was, we had our, Chris drove all the way out. Actually, Chris and Ryan both drove out there to record on that CD. In Kansas.
You should try to get one of these things, man. I thought I lost everything, man. I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I found this little fucking thing. I pulled everything out of the external hard drive and popped it in. Everybody's like, it's not going to work. I got everything. Everything.
But you know what language that computer was speaking. You know what software you were using. You know what's compatible to what. We have a hard drive. We have no idea what it was based on.
Yeah, that's true, too.
What language we was using. We have no idea what we're going to need to get
I hear you. I'm sure you can find something. I got this shit going nuts here.
Yeah, it can be done.
So what are some more of the shows coming up around here? I'm sure I'm going to have to
hit one. The next show that we got on the 13th of January is going to be in Venom's Bar. What is that? Venom's...
Venom.
What's their full bar and grill? Venom's Backroom Bar?
Backroom Bar. Not backstage.
Venom's Bar and Grill. It's a Venom's Bar and Grill type bar.
Yeah, I worked at some shithole right across the street from there.
Yeah. Patty's a cool person up there. She heard I was coming into town. She was like, "You got to come play my place. Come play." So I'm like, "All right, I'll be there." So she set up a show for me to come out there and play for her. So we put together some shows with Digicry Superdrum.
What day is that? That's
a Saturday. Yep. Cool. So the 12th we're doing Sarasota, and the 13th we're doing Newport Richie.
I should be able to get there, I think.
Jason, seriously.
But what else has been going on? I mean, how's the road been?
Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads. I flew here in an airplane, man.
That's funny.
Okay. So what I got to do is I have to fly back to Texas. And then pick up a truck and drive back here. Then after I get done with that truck drop-off in Fort Lauderdale with the equipment and stuff for my dad for his business, then I got to fly. He's paying for my flight to California so I can attend the NAMM show for High Tunes. So I can go there and represent the High Tunes thing that we're doing in Washington for the distribution. So if any bands are out there listening that want to get your music onto a free distribution network right now, go to hightunes.com/submissions or submission. Submission or submissions. I don't know. If the submission doesn't work, put an S at the end of it. Try again.
How did you find those guys? Because you were on there pretty early, and now there's bands like Head P.
They found me.
We were there early. We were the early.
I was the first artist that was signed up with them. The first actually good artist that had numbers in Seattle is Swisher Sleep. He has like the hugest draw out there. I'm not a localite, so I'm the first artist touring through there that got one. But the first local guy, Swisher. He's awesome. He was the first one to get 1,000 cones in the stores. I sold 320 in the first month I put them out there.
Nice.
So and I made $82.50. The company paid out straight up. It's really cool. So it's something really tangible to look into for your band.
It sounds like you're getting a little under a third. That's not bad.
I don't think we know what we're talking about here, but we're talking about cannabis in the cannabis industry out there. We've merged music and cannabis. So if you buy a 1 gram joint, in this case it's 2 half-gram joints that have 20% keef and 80% flower in it, and they're really potent. They get you high. It's Boba Kush with some Syntex, but that's just the first batch. They don't even use that anymore. We've got some lemon haze now.
So the lemon haze is good. They change the strain.
It changes as we get product in. So you can have 3 different brands in there as fast as we get product in. You know what I mean? In and out. So I mean, if we get in it, it's just going to be random. So we get stuff. We put an artist label on it. It goes out to the stores, and it's just a new taste of the week. But right now we're refining the whole thing, and High Tunes is more or less focusing on hot sauces and barbecue sauces, non-infused and infused with THC.
Nice.
So the non-infused, we're actually going to be able to get musicians and their art on the labels available in Walmarts or other kind of stores out there in the public market all over the country without even being messing with cannabis. So we've gone straight to just artist branding and not just on cannabis. We started with a cannabis company with the license to do so in the 502 business out there, but we're thinking a lot globally because there's countries we can't. We're doing coconut water for Lotus Crush, because Lotus Crush has a coconut water taste, so that we're going to do coconut water for them. So when you scan a QR code, you get a free download of their music and follow them on their tour and their videos and stuff like that. They keep updating on the iTunes website. Another band that's getting a hot sauce is Everybody Panic. They're going to be getting a hot sauce because that just sounds like a really good hot sauce name.
And it looks great.
Oh, and it looks great. And then you should see I got to make their label for them, and they liked it. So it's a bunch of people like running from like an exploding volcano. I illustrated it pretty good. I was like, I can only do so much with clip art, man, but it looks really cool.
So, do you know how the downloads translated from the purchase? Did everyone download it, or is there like a 50%?
They're gonna start applying purchase points some way or another to these purchases. Like, you can scan your Walmart receipt, and those purchase points will go on your iTunes app. It'll recognize the codes, and it'll put it in purchase points in your account. Then you can download your favorite artist, and the artist that has the most points, up to like a 5-level tier, they can get their own label art brand on the market.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like,
so they got a lot of stuff
have
going
some shit on the market, but any band that wants it done, pay for it. We're right here. Pay for it. We'll put it in the stores for you, and they'll sell it. You can even pitch it and tell all your friends to go to the stores and get $1,000, $3,000. Pay for it. We'll put it out there. You can get it out there. It's possible. Your band can have it with THC or without. Pay for it, or you can do it for free and let us put it out there as slowly as possible, and we can get it done, and it'll slowly grow.
How many states is it in now?
Just Washington right now.
Just Washington.
Yep.
So
right now we're just working in Washington. We're working locally to do our beta testing. We've picked up a bunch of bands in Florida, like Digis Christ Super Drum, Virginia Rose Band, Psycho Tribe, Together in Exile. Oh gosh, I'm probably forgetting some others. I feel so bad.
I guess that's good.
Tranquil's another one.
It's bringing everything over to the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm a Floridian band, but I'm touring over there, and they see that like, well, you're here touring, so bring your friends' bands out here to tour as well, and then they can sell their cones in the stores, get the money, and it pays for their trip out here. But there's more states to drive through. It takes care of their trip to Washington, but you got to kind of get there.
Right.
So when you get to Washington,
it takes
you're okay.
a lot. Yeah. It definitely takes a lot to get from Florida.
The closer you are, the better.
Yeah, the closer you are, the better. So, but people don't quite get it. They don't see the availability for. Well, they don't see the. I don't know. I guess they don't grasp that their music is available everywhere now on stuff in different markets. It's a distribution channel.
Right.
I don't know. I'd like to talk to some more people about why they wouldn't do it, but we're still in beta testing for the most part for what we want to do, because some things we had in mind, we're just like, well, that's not going to work, but other things we're like, this is going to work really good.
Well, I could see, like, if someone bought a couple of joints and then downloaded the songs, they don't need to buy your brand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I see a little difficult.
So if I put one song out there in 350 cones, and one fan buys it, you're going to go buy it again? Maybe they'll get the other artist because it's right. But if they really like that band, they really want to help support, and they know
they might give the code away.
They came to the show the night before, and they're like, "Hey, I went to your show, and I bought your cone. That's awesome." Like, "Hey, go buy it again. You can get high with me again. I'll appreciate it. It's 25 cents to my bank account.
Right.
It keeps me going." And they will go buy the cone again or give it to a friend because it's a free download.
Absolutely, that as long as that's what they can.
I mean, there's an incentive there to do it again, but you just have to sell it. People won't see it right away, but it's like you can do something with it.
I love that I bought 20 of them, and I had so many around because I could hand out here one.
Yeah,
here one.
Chris bought 20. Chris bought 20 cones when we were out there.
How much are
they? They're about $10 a piece. So we kind of ran into a thing where we were paying a lot for the art. I went into the next town over under the bridge, and I found joints for $5, and I was like, oh, there's a $5 cone here. That's cool. Ours are 10. It's got a pretty label on it. Shit, these are selling like fucking hotcakes. 1,500 cones a day at some retail stores, sometimes more. But for $5 a cone, we had to try and kind of change our plan because now we're just paying for packaging. Weed out in Washington can be down to 5 cents a gram.
The expense of most products is the packaging. I mean,
exactly.
3/4.
You're paying for packaging and 40% tax.
And I believe in environment, so I don't like all this packaging.
You're buying a soda. It's 11 cents for the cup. It's 2 pennies for the soda.
I have my own cup.
We sell the joints out there for $3.33 to the store. Then the store has to upprice it for their cut, and then the state taxes on it, so it comes out to $10 even.
Right.
At Urban Legends in Seattle, I had to charge $12 because Seattle city limit taxes is like 47%.
Yeah, see the medical here, it's not taxed, but you can only do the vape here and shit. So there's little tricks you could know, but I mean, like they have the vaporizer things, and there's actually flour in it, but it's still illegal to smoke it. So, burn it, not smoke it. Burn it. Vape
it's illegal to textile it. It's illegal to make it into paper. It's illegal to make it into oil for your cooking, or it's illegal to make it into oil for your car.
Exactly.
Did I say oil for your car?
Yes, that is illegal. That is federal and
I'm sorry. You can find me at Hempfest, and I'm going to be there smoking weed, so you can arrest me there, motherfuckers.
That's funny. You know how many times he was going to come on the show, and he was so blown out, he forgot.
I did. It's the weed. I was supposed to be on the show, man, and I got people that are like, "You're supposed to be on the show." Like, I totally forgot, man. 4:20 happens, and then it's 5 o'clock. What time is it here? See, that's what happens. It's like 8 o'clock here, and I'm like, oh, I fucking missed the show.
I'll send you a little message. What happened?
We started watching Big Bang Theory, you know?
That's
it's live. It's 8 o'clock here. You guys are watching Big Bang Theory. We're watching it down there, too. We just totally spaced about the show.
On top of you selling, like, the product to your fans and trying to make them get the knowledge out there about it, do you find that they're just buying it because they're interested in your music?
They are. Some people are. It's really fan base out there. It's all about popularity. You're not selling anything unless you don't know someone. One of our salesmen out there, and I say one of our salesmen because I represent Gold Services. Lenny is one of the best salesmen in the market. I mean, he walks into a building, high fives everybody. He knows everyone by name. They know him. He really smiles and high fives in and out, and he works with, and they trust everything he sells them because he sells them good product. He worked for for another service, and they aren't working with them anymore. So he had the best weed in the world for sale on the market, but the state of Washington made it $25 a cone, and it turned it into a birthday joint and an every Friday other joint, and we can't afford it every single day. Well, why can't I make $100,000 selling my product? You guys can do it here in California easy. We're selling $25 a joint, dude. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I hear you.
But it's worth it because it's like 1 gram of oil infused into a gram of weed that has keef in it, and it's just amazing and mind-blowing, and it's just going to knock your dick in the dirt.
Try to sell a $25 joint in L.A. or Hollywood, and try to sell a $25 joint in Tacoma.
Yeah, the $25 joint is $10 or $15 in California.
In Vegas, and meanwhile, it's 10 or 15 in
Vegas is cheaper.
Areas. You know, maybe in Vegas it would sell at that price as well, but not in Washington. It's
but yeah, that company is no longer doing THC or infusion. They kind of pulled the plug on all that operation, and they decided to go CBD. And I don't even know what's going on with them now, but I wish them the best.
Yeah, I hear you.
But Gold Services is running strong, and we're doing all kinds of things for bands or for any kind of producer processor that's out there in the market.
Causes?
So we do. Oh gosh, don't get me started. Get me started on causes. Thank you. So we do things for causes like veterans and breast cancer awareness, autism awareness, and Alzheimer's. That's what it was. And so
you almost forgot.
Right?
We almost forgot Alzheimer's. That's funny shit.
So we do these causes for them. So what we do is we have the $10 or $15 joint on the market, or it's the same price as the other high tunes joints. And what they do is that instead of it going to a band, it goes to the cause. So and you can also go to a website and put your own price for how much you want to donate, because a lot of the causes don't want to be involved with cannabis industry, and that they just can't do it because it's just.
What was the thing you were telling me about the firefighters?
Oh yeah, the first response and firefighters and officers. I made a cone for them too, but it got frowned upon at one store. They're like, "Get that out of here. We want all of them, but that one." I'm like, "Why? The cops one?" Like they're looking at the cops one, and they're like, they don't want the cops one. They don't want.
A portion of the proceeds.
The portion of the proceeds goes towards their 401 or whatever you want to call their pension or whatever their shit is, you know. So that's really cool. I mean, plus you got bud tenders, cute girls that are bud tending out there that are walking out of the buildings at night. Sure, they're on camera. Of course, they're on camera. But after they leave and they're safe in their cars, these places are getting robbed and smashed in with the windows getting smashed and the weed's getting stolen. And why? Because no one's in the parking lot to stop it. Well, you know what? There's cops in Dunkin' Donuts sitting there waiting because they get free coffee and donuts for hanging out, making sure people are safe walking in and out late at nights. If they're sitting there in a parking lot, safe, watching the road or looking at the parking lot, doing cop things, they have some incentive.
Right.
But these people are like, screw the police.
I could see both sides,
but we don't want to be Jeff Sessioning everybody that doesn't approve of marijuana.
Right.
They're not all Jeff
Society's
Sessions.
views
Right.
changes all around the country from what we see. In this
Yeah.
area, it's different from Florida.